Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to a Sneakers Insight video. I'm trying to think, I don't know if I've done a reaction video on this channel yet, but anyways, no, I wanted to do a reaction video, to these, shoes, the Air Jordan 11, CMFT. So I seen these shoes, I didn't really know how to feel about them, and they're pretty much like the breads, but I'm like, I don't know, I don't trust these shoes, but I want to see, because when I watch, like, wear testers videos, I usually like grow to like this shoe, so I don't know. Let's see what these shoes is gonna be about. But anyways, guys, this is the channel that I always go to when I'm trying to find out anything about some shoes that I don't know too much about. So if they haven't talked on them, then usually I might just, you know, go out my way to just oh, comfort, that's what that, because I'm looking at the tags, I'm like, that makes sense, so anyways, I guess that's what CMFT stands for. But now let's go ahead and get into this video, guys. Make sure if you haven't, go subscribe to Wear Testers. This is legit the channel to go to when you're all trying to figure out some shoes. All right, me, I just feel like I add my little like twist to it and things, but definitely go show some love and support to Wear Testers. But anyways, let's get into this video.
When fans said that they wanted a more comfortable Air Jordan 11, I don't think this is quite what they meant.
I think Air
Hey, what's
Jordan
good, guys?
11s
My name's Chris.
like
Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these potential bad boys right here. This is the Jordan 11 Comfort. Yeah, a lot of people are not happy with these, which I think is funny because I was one of them. When I first saw them, I was like, why are they doing this again? Comfort.
It's like, maybe if they would have like, so if they would have like did it where, hold on, let me grab this real quick. So if they would have did it where like the Air Jordan 11, so like this whole like midsole right here, like made it out of like React like cushioning or something, that had been fine. I thought that had been a pretty cool thing to do. Or even have it where it's like the bottom, like the outsole of it could have been like React cushioning or something. But do something like that. Like when you guys like change the design and then it's like that does not look like an Air Jordan 11. That looks like a Ground Gordon like -11. Like I don't condone these like shoe violence. Like I don't like
1
it.
Looks like a Jordan 1. There are some tweaks to it, and that's okay. But it still embodies the Jordan 1. Then Jordan Brand is just like, yo, we're gonna do the same thing to the Jordan 11. We're like, excellent. That's not it. But when I put them on foot, I was like, oh, fork. This is what original Jordan 11s used to feel like, and I really wish that the retros felt like this, man, because these are just, they're comfortable, man. So real quick, they have done this before. So for all of you guys that might be new to the sneaker scene, here's a small history lesson on the Comfort series. There was a Comfort line through Jordan Brand, but it wasn't like this, where they were taking previous models and just making them more comfortable. What they were actually doing is making them hybrids with Air Max models, classic Air Max models at that. So the Jordan 11 Comfort, the original one, actually had an Air Max 1 bottom, which is funny because Air Max 1s are not comfortable. They look awesome, but they are not comfortable. If they can make those feel like the new Air Max 90 or the Air Max 3, whatever you want to call them, then they'll be comfortable.
I guarantee it.
The Air Jordan 11 upper, though, was fine-tuned, tweaked, and lowered, and then they placed it on the Air Max 1 bottom. There was a Soul Collector collab version that had like a carbon fiber looking brand instead of patent leather and all that stuff. A lot of people actually really like those shoes. A lot of them went to outlets though, but they did sell pretty well at retail just for retail price. Now, one of the ones that I really liked was actually the Jordan 12 Comfort, and those, again, they made the Jordan 12 in a low top, which you guys already know. I really like that. And then they put it on top of the Air Max 97 bottom, which is the one with the full-length Air. Those actually didn't look too bad either. Like it was the, I think it was the Obsidian colorway was like my favorite. It was, they just looked really clean, and those were outlet hitters too. So there was a Comfort line before, and it was very clearly almost like
I guess it's still an Air Jordan 11, but I'm like, man, I don't know. I would probably get the gray ones before I get the bread ones. Like, man, it has to be like an original like bread shoe in order for me. I mean like that. I don't know, man. I'm still kind of iffy about it. Like
Jordan Fusion, which was the AJF thing, so Air Jordan Air Force combination. It was much like that, but with Air Max instead of the Air Force. So they were just taking classics from Nike, blending them with Jordan Brand, and then boom, that was the Comfort line. Today's Comfort line is much different. So again, they started with the Jordan 1. So I thought they were going to take these, tweak them, and just make them feel like these. And they didn't do that, clearly. However, I will give these a little credit, man. From that top-down view, boy, like they really do look like some 11s. And with that. Now the tech specs on these include a modified outsole. Again, it's not like the Jordan 1 Comfort where it was just a modified Jordan 1 outsole, which I thought was sick. I really liked the way that they did those. So a lot of people are going to be disappointed with this just in the fact that they strayed so far away from the model that they're based off of. Yeah. And I do think that that's a negative on the brand's part, because for some reason they keep holding this model in such high regard when it's like, dude, you've tweaked these before, you know? Like they don't
it's
even
like maybe if it was a high top or something, because it's like certain shoes, like when they're low tops, I look at them and I'm like, that could be like a high top. Like they could like transfer. Maybe if it was a high top, I have like a different outlook on it. But it's like with low tops, like certain low tops, they just don't like sit too well with me. Like this on the other, it just doesn't sit too well with me. So
let the Dorenbecher program use the shoe yet. They've done every other model but the 11, and it's like, yo, there's clearly one missing. And then the midsole itself is super comfortable, man. Like this Cushlon, dude, full-on Cushlon, and I'm telling you, this is how my original pair of these back in '95 felt. I'm not even playing. A shoe like this and the Reebok Questions, right? To me, they were some of the most comfortable damn shoes I've ever worn in my lifetime, and the retros of them have never been up to par, except for the Air Jordan 11 retro from 2000, 2001. Those were the only ones, but it's because it was so close to the original.
Yeah, I'll admit, like shoes, I felt like back in the day, like they were pretty comfortable. Like at least for me growing up. That's what I've noticed, like now, like when I wear certain shoes, like like Air Forces, for an example. I remember I was wearing Air Forces almost every single day for like my whole childhood. That, Chuck Taylors, then it was like a little bit of Vans, and at some point in time, like it changed, and it was like, bruh, like y'all could have just left that alone, and just left it and just had it where it was still comfortable, but. Now it's like, that's where you know, like, a brand is like, when they're coming out with shoes like this, it's like, why not just add that to the original Air Jordan 11 and, like, give people what they want. Give them that feeling like it's 1995, shoes is $120 or $125, whichever. And overall, it's like, it's bringing them back, but not like you're looking at it like, what futuristic shoe is this? Like, this is, I feel like, the shoe that would be released if it was like if they did like a modern version of like iRobots, but this is what they, you know how like everything was like all futuristic in there, and so I feel like this is what the Air Jordan 11 would be like in a futuristic world, or in like in some different universe or something. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Like 4 years removed. This one though, like it's not the same. And then what I like about the midsole is, like, for one, when you hold it, you can feel how soft and springy it is underfoot, which is really interesting. I'm
curious about how comfortable it is,
they use Cushlon as well, but it's a different blend, man. This feels crazy. Like, I don't know if I'd want to actually play in this. I'm just saying that it feels fucking awesome. Actually, I probably would want to play in this as long as it was done like this, where it's like consistent, because the Kobe's have the zoom and it really like mutes the forefoot, because the zoom is from side to side and not just a little bar, which is what's in here. It's not a bar, but it's the regular zoom unit in the forefoot. So what you would see in a Jordan 13 in the forefoot, that kind of like ovally shaped zoom unit, that's what's packed in the front.
And I got rid of my flints to actually get the Bread 11. So there's a store that I go to out here. Shout out to West Coast Boutique, but one day I'm gonna get my flints back. I'm gonna get my flints. There are some other where's those like royal blue ones that I'm gonna get my shoes back. I had to make some sacrifices.
This type of Cushlon, I can't even explain it. You have to try these on. These are casual shoes, by the way, so they're not performance. Yeah. Like, this is not a Protro of the 11. This is a lifestyle shoe, and that's what they're made for. They don't have torsional support in there. There's no spring plate. There's no torsion bar. There's none of that stuff in this. So if you wanted to play in them at your own risk. I'm not saying this is a performance shoe. Neither is the brand. It is a lifestyle comfort take. Just to interject in between the specs of the shoes and stuff, I do like the toe down view of this one visually, because it really does remind me of a Jordan 11, which is kind of what they're going for. At the same time though, this shoe, for whatever reason, doesn't quite look like an 11. I think it's because there's no patent leather on it, and I do prefer this one visually over the black and reds, just because of that. Because they did make the design so different, and it's clearly not an 11, even though it's trying to touch on those notes. This is the one where, like, I like these.
Because when I seen them, when I seen the name, it was all like, oh, they're releasing another pair of 11s, because I love 11s. 11s is my, like, pretty much my favorite Jordan. It's that and 6s, but yeah, when I seen it, I was like, God don't know. I do not know about this shoe. Like, yeah, it's definitely, it has to be a lifestyle shoe, because I don't know. Like, I'm still just, you know, iffy about it. I'm curious about it now, because Nightwing saying that it's comfortable and things, but I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't
far
know.
removed from the 11s, in my opinion at least. Now, as far as the materials go, they're obviously different between the two pairs. These are the only two colorways that I've seen so far. I don't know what the future colorways will hold. It will be very interesting to see which ones use materials like this, or maybe which ones stay with the traditional 11 look. So these guys right here feature patent leather on there. It doesn't look like it's actual leather, it's just fake patent, which is a little bit different than like the remastered stuff with the white lines and all of that. That's actual leather inside there, and they have the patent finish. This is made more like the older retro of 11 from like 2008 through whenever they started remastering. And then the cool gray version of the shoe, again, does not have patent leather, but they do have some really nice nubug, man. Or it could be really short-haired suede. But this stuff right here is like super nice. You can run your finger through it and you can see the fibers change. And I love it. And yeah, and then they also have a similar feel on the back, but this is actually not the same material. This is a really nice leather, and it's super soft, it's supple. The black and red version has that same kind of leather, it's just black. If you're gonna do something so different, you better make up for it in certain areas, especially when you put that Jordan 11 moniker on there. And that's what they did here. I think the design itself is jarring to a lot of people. They're like, oh, that's Walmart 11s. But again, when you put them on, you're just like, dude, the quality.
I'm saying, man, that's I'm like, it looks like those type of shoes that be sitting on like Foot Locker shelves. Like, you'll go into a Foot Locker the whole year, right? Like, for an example, they got like those the Air Zoom 92s that's been sitting on shelves for I don't know how long. But that's what they look like. They look like shoes that sit on the shelves for the longest, and it's like, all right, you know, let me just go ahead. Let me just buy these shoes just to see, just try them on or something. Like, because I know there's been times I've done that where I've looked at some shoes. I'm like, dang, I've seen these on. You know, let me go ahead and show these shoes some love. And then I'm like, oh, well, yeah, these are nice. So they probably are, but I don't know, man. I'm like, I still don't know about these shoes.
There, the comfort, they kind of did what they said. The only thing is that they didn't do what we wanted. They veered off.
Yeah.
Now there's this weird section.
Big time.
I don't know what type of mesh this is. It feels like it's coated with TPU, so that's the only part that I'm not really loving. It's obviously going to be breathable, it's super lightweight, so it's going to be way different feeling on foot than a traditional 11, which can feel a little bit like, even though, you know, the ballistic mesh is lightweight and breathable in a way, but it's not like modern day meshes, which is what this kind of stuff is. It does feel a little cheap, I will say. However, the ballistic mesh does come back right here at the midfoot. I like the
It does
tongue.
come off
It's
as
kind
like
of
a
weird.
concept
It's not
shoe,
like
though.
these guys
Like,
right here, where it's,
this is like, those is like one of the mini designs. Like, then that was like the final design. That was the design where it was all like, okay, yeah, we're gonna go with this. But these was like the other ones, like this this comfort one is like, okay, like let's see what we could go with that. But
it's definitely just a low-cut version of the 11 tongue. This actually has a little bit of a shape to it, and it reminds me when you pull it out, almost like the Jordan 5. Like, it's got that shape to it. It's like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if that was intentional, but that's just what it looks like to me. Something also real interesting is that there's that giant Jumpman right there on the tongue area, and it reminds me of the samples of these guys. Not this particular 11 low, but the original 11 lows when they were first being sampled back in my high school days in the 2000s. They actually had some samples with a Jumpman logo on the tongue. And obviously the retail pairs vetoed that. I also think that they should have maybe put the logo on the actual tip of the tongue and put that Jordan patch that's traditionally on an 11. The insole's ortholite and it is perforated, so again, it's just a little bit of extra step-in comfort plus some airflow. Now, as far as the fit is concerned, they run very large. So I'm letting you know right now, go down at least a half a size. If they are available in store for you to try on, I recommend trying them on. But I ordered these technically 3 times, but the last 2 times I ordered them properly in a half a size down, because this was my first order. This is a normal size 9, and I put them on, and I was swimming in them for one, so I was like really surprised. And then, you know, my finger rule that that I told you about. What video was that? The Jordan 5 anthracite. Yes. And I had said, and I know that this sounds dirty, okay, I know, but it is like a good guide. If you don't want to do the thumbs width thing, which I don't think is very accurate, when you put your shoe on and you stick one finger in the back, if you can fit one finger in there comfortably, saying it out loud is just totally, it's just a totally different feel than actually doing it, man. Which can go.
I do that. I'm all like, I was going like, will like kick my foot like all the way to the front of the shoe, like just to like show like how big it is. But I'm like, my thing is though, like if I can like run in it, that's like how I test out shoes. If I can like, I mean, I don't be in Foot Locker like running back and forth and things, but No, like if I can like walk in the shoe and then like my foot's like not popping up at the back and things, or I can like kick my foot and it doesn't go flying off or something. I'm like, okay, then you know, then it's a shoe that I will wear. But now I'm like, nah, if I do see these in stores, I probably would try them on, just to see. But yeah, I'm like, if they don't have like a 9.5 or whatever size or something, I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna get them because I still don't know about them, but I'm curious about them now. I am curious.
Any way that you'd like.
You're just digging yourself.
I know, I'm just gonna keep going. Just got to do it. Hold on. So again, if you could, it's because I have the visual in my head
good,
with the
man.
voiceover of me being like, if you could stick one finger in comfortably, like a doctor video. So again, if you could stick one finger in the back comfortably, I'm just going to keep going, okay?
Just power through.
Yeah. So if you could stick one, oh god. But if you could stick one finger in the back of your shoe, you know, comfortably, usually that's a sign of a good fit. If you can fit 2 fingers or more, that's usually like they're way too big. And with these guys, I can fist the damn thing. Like I was like, there's so much room in there. That's a bad sign, guys. That's a bad sign. If you can stick a whole hand in there, shame for you. Go down at least a half a size. I did that in both of these other 2 right here, and they fit, I wouldn't say perfect, but they fit comfortably.
Which is the whole idea behind the shoe.
Yes, they don't feel like they're about to come off. That's the thing. I like the way that they fit. These actually, I decided that we're just gonna give these away to one of our Discord members. So this guy right over here, they do fit like a 9.5, even though they're a 9. So we're gonna find, obviously this guy right here fits a size 9.5. So they're gonna go to you. I hope that you really enjoy them. And I just think that these are, again, they're not what people wanted or were even expecting when you hear Comfort 11. I swear, like this is what I was thinking. I was like, oh, they're gonna make an 11, maybe a low top, but with like more comfortable materials, and they're gonna tweak the tooling like they did here.
I feel like they should have matched up that 11 low version with
the original Comfort.
No, with the traditional 11 low where they have the vents.
Oh, like the IE?
Yeah, and so.
Oh yeah, that's kind of like very.
That makes sense.
Yes.
That does make sense.
Sometimes. So
yeah, I can somewhat see it.
I don't think that's what they were going for, but I do see where you're coming from. I didn't even think about
It's
that.
like one of those like by accident creations. Like, oh, I didn't realize I was doing that. So yeah, I can somewhat like see that in things, but still. But it's,
I would like to applaud them also for removing that ridiculous teeny tiny Jumpman logo off the back.
That's on the lows usually.
Yeah, and moved him, gave him a little bit more space to breathe.
Yeah, I think that it's this one, like I don't think this one looks that bad. It does look like a dad shoe though. Yeah. Like I'll give it that, and it's because it's gray, but I do like gray shoes at the same time, so I think that's fine. So let me know what you think about these down below in the comment section.
Like,
if you've owned a pair already, because I know that in our Discord a couple of people already bought them because they were curious. I did not talk to them about it yet because I wanted to keep my thoughts for the video. So I do wonder what they think about them because I cannot believe how comfortable they actually are. I was surprised. Also, let me know how disappointed you are in how they look because I know that you guys expected an actual 11 just to be comfortable.
That's
so
what
let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. And until next time, guys, have a good one.
That's what I thought. I thought I was gonna get another 11. I was like, cause I'm a big fan of the 11s. I love 11s, and when I seen that, I was like, hold up, time out. I'm like, time out. That, my friend, is not an 11. I'm like, I'm sorry, but it's just, they could have just called it like Air Jordan Comfort, and then I would have been like, oh, okay, or just Jordan Comfort or something. Because I don't think there's any, is there like a Jordan Comfort shoe, but it's like spelled like that? They kind of spelled it like how they did with the Quantums. Like, yeah, they could, or they do have like, oh, it's those, the Air Jordan 1 Comforts. Well, they could have just came up with a different name and not called it that. Because I'm like, I don't like the fact that it's like, you know, you do that and it just doesn't, it don't seem right. It just doesn't seem right. Like, I'm looking at them and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I personally wouldn't go out my way and like stand in the cold and wait for them to, like, you know, go out on sale. But it's some shoes where I'm like, you know, if they're literally the last like pair of shoes in the store that I haven't gotten, then I would try them. I would try them out and things. But anyways, yeah, I still don't. I don't know about them. But anyways, this was a pretty good video. Shout out to Wear Testers. Make sure if you guys haven't, definitely go subscribe to them. They always post good videos. Very close to reaching 600K, so make sure you go subscribe to them. Let's get them to 600K, guys. Do what you can. So anyways, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and peace.